Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today, let's talk about one of my favorite projects, October Daily or October Not So Daily. I'm going to start calling it October Stories actually, because that is more appropriate for the way I scrapbook. Anyway, this is my fifth year doing it. So these are the past 4 years. And I just wanted to page through so you can see the evolution of how I've told stories, the different formats, and I'm not going to page through every single page of all of these, but give you some highlights and show you a few of my favorites, favorite techniques, favorite stories, favorite sizes, and what I'm going to do this year. All right, so let's start with 2020. This was the first year that I started this project. It's been a long time. I don't know who to credit, who started October Daily. I have no idea who brought it over, but this is when I started to do it. And this is a life crafted album by Citrus Twist. I loved these albums, really high quality. I was very happy with these for a number of years. And this actually is one of my favorite pages. It was the first page that I made in October of 2020. I get a million questions about this little broom. It's from Tim Holtz. And I just added the little eyes and the stars, and it was introduction of a collection of stories. So from day one, the first time I picked up this project, I started saying I'm not going to do this daily because I'll never be able to keep it up and it's not going to be fun for me. This is one of my favorite pages through the years. Some of my favorite costumes that my son wore from 2006 to 2014. I did a lot of hidden journaling in pockets, and let me see if I can get this one out. I had a lot of fun. This is my second favorite from all of 2020. This is the first time that I had done little pockets filled with things. This became really popular on Instagram following 2020, and I love to see all the reiterations of this design. So just filling it with all the leftover things I had. I think that was the idea. And then I just cut the photo. I cut the way we cut our pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern that year and stuck the um, journaling in there. And that came because once I did all this art, I didn't have anywhere to put the story and I didn't want to reprint the picture. And so that's where that idea was born from. So I did a few more pages on that one, but I'm going to move on just so that the video doesn't get too ridiculously long. So October of 2021, still using these beautiful, beautiful albums. And I started out with bookshelf. So these were popular in 2021. Lots of people did them for not only October Daily, it also spilled over into December Daily that year. I love this. I think I did the black shelves I did the black shelves in Photoshop, and then these are stamped. And again, very much like that little pockets page, a lot of little pieces. I love working a lot of little pieces. And then this was my favorite page this year. I want to document my son's past love of books, of Halloween books, and these were his top five. So what I did was just take stickers from, I think these were We Are Memory Keepers. I don't know, honestly. No, That Cuts with a View. It was That Cuts with a View. It was from, what year was this again? 2021 I did this. Yep. 2021, these stickers came out and I made all these little books and then put them in this little shelf. I was just like, you can see the old lady who swallowed a bat back there and a little ghost sticking out. Actually, I'm missing a book here. It must be at the end of my bookcase somewhere, but I loved this idea and the little tassel ghost that I made. That was my favorite for that year. And again, I had told a lot of stories from the past, the Haunted Mansion. We did a lot of trip to Disney, favorite t-shirts, my home, um, stories from my childhood that I had no pictures from. So I just did just pure decor and words only. The little black houses in the paper were Allie Edwards. I don't remember where the broom was from. Probably not scrapbook related in any way. and lots of Paper Person Shop. I loved her things. All right, so that was 2021. In 2022, I did this really simple cover. I had moved on from the Life Crafted albums. I think I found this on Amazon, and then this is just a washi tape that I loved. And I created this. This is when I moved to a traveler's notebook. So I made this traveler's notebook. I designed it, I printed it out on presentation matte paper, I believe, from Epson. And then this is definitely my favorite. I love the top 10. Oh, I did top 9. 10 probably didn't fit. So I did the top 9 things that I love, and I did it with stamps, and these chipboard numbers were from Studio Calico. Love that design. And the little banners. Had done these little banners for Christmas, for October, December daily the year before. And then I just brought the idea over, and again, it gives me that opportunity to use all these tiny little pieces that I love and old pictures of the kids. What I was watching on TV that year. I love this. This background is from Paper Person Shop. There's a lot of mix of different things here because this is Paper Person Shop. This is the Luna collection, maybe. This is really old October Afternoon. If you've been scrapbooking for a long time, then you know who that is. If not, this is a great company. Lots of frames that year in 2022, and I filled the frames with a lot of little Halloween things. Oh, I missed the rung here. Doors and different things. This was Disney themed, and here you see the idea again, repeated again, that instead of the jack-o'-lantern page here, I made actual little, what I think looks like jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know if they really do. What I was going for was the look of the little plastic pumpkins that kids used to carry many years ago, back in my day, because I'm old. And I just did them in like candy colors. I followed the colors of this house. This house is in my town. We have a street in our town that is like Halloween crazy. And they mostly decorate with lighting, which is just unreal what they can do with just lighting. So I want to follow that in the design. That's exactly where the idea came from. And then I just matched it to the colors. So green things in the green pumpkin and orange things in here. And again, a lot of little details. And I used up so much stash. And I love that because all of these little things, I love all of these little things. And I much rather see them here in this book than in my stash. A little map, because like I said, this is like a crazy Halloween town. And I just wanted to document that. I think I made that map. I made this map in Photoshop and then overlaid everything else that you see on here. There's a lot of dimension on there. Let me see if I can bring it up. And then just like a little vellum over it, and then a ton of pictures from our town, all the different houses. People really go all out. You'll see like this really cool Dalmatian, 101 Dalmatians family. This was a family that did Beauty and the Beast, and I'm always like amazed at what they do. And then those are my favorites. All right, so that was 2021. In 2022, I decided to forego traveler's notebook sizes. I wanted to do something a little bigger. So I moved to 6x8 because I felt like, oh, I could use more things and larger die cuts and different things. I think this is the year that I fell in love with the Ali Edwards Halloween kit. And I really wanted to use it, but it had a lot of big pieces. Actually, I think it started, did it start here? Yeah, it started here. Actually, oops, sorry. A little runaway piece of washi tape there. So I started with this. I made my own book. I had seen a tutorial somewhere on YouTube on how to make books with chipboard. I designed the cover myself. I printed it out. I did put one puffy sticker, and I used a cinch. You see what I did to these rings? I have to redo this. I just didn't kind of know what I was doing, and I winged it, honestly, on this one. But I wanted to use more stuff and dimensional items, and I needed a bigger square space instead of something long and skinny. So love this first page. I just fell in love with this background, this clear. I love these acetate printed sheets. A picture, some old stash that I had. This one I went sideways because my photo, I just couldn't get the photo to print out and for you to really be able to appreciate this Ghostbusters car that somebody puts out on their lawn every year. I don't know where they keep this thing. They've put this out like at least 4 or 5 years in a row. Like all their different iterations of decorating this Ghostbuster car. I love this thing. So I wanted to do a story about that, and that's what that is. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, the alphabet. I love this. So this idea definitely is not original to me. Doing alphabets, I did this for Kerri Bradford. So doing alphabets and then sort of substituting the G for ghost, this has been around for decades. I remember Nick being maybe 5 years old and Pottery Barn Kids had something almost exactly like this. And I had it up in his playroom. I had the Halloween one up and I had the Christmas one up. A great source is Pinterest. If you go on Pinterest, there are so many illustrators that have been doing this for years and years and years. And you'll get different ideas like jack-o'-lantern for J, P for pumpkin, M for monsters. Depending on what you have in your stash, you can see exactly how they've spaced it out. And the spacing is really key on how to do this. I think I have a reel on Instagram exactly showing step by step how I made it. This was a lot of fun. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, the witch. Yes. This is the year that we bought the witch, I think. So this huge witch that we put up by the front door. This was still during COVID times-ish, I think. The kids weren't coming up to the door yet. So that's why it's there. My son and I want to document that story. I used there's a lot of Allie Edwards kit from that year here. So all of her tabs, which I love all these tabs. This is one of my favorite pages that I ever made. And I repeated this in December Daily, which I do a lot. This one I love too. In Spanish, instead of trick or treat, I grew up with my grandparents especially calling it el tricotri. So it's like kind of an inside family joke. So I made this with the dancing skeletons and I told a little bit of that story. And then this was a pumpkin farm that we went to and it was beautiful. I love this picture. And some about our home and decorating, and then back to when the kids were little. And I like that back and forth. So this actually happened in 2023, and then this was 2013. So I didn't span 10 years in one stories album. I have no problems doing that. I actually prefer it. All right, I'm gonna take a drink and edit it out. Okay, sorry about that. Lots of talking, right? Okay, so, I wanted to keep telling stories, but I had run out of room. I thought it was going to get way too chunky. And then what happens to the chunky things is the pages will warp, at least in my experience, maybe because I don't know what I'm doing, but my pages warp. So I made a second book. And this time I didn't want to repeat the same cover. And I had this hanging around from the Allie Edwards kit that I had bought that year. So I just used that. And then this one has, again, old pictures, and then current pictures. And then, see, this is the reason why I wanted to change to 6x8 because I love that. And what else? More about that street and lots of pictures and a pocket. And I love this layering right here. I love that. That was a lot of fun to make. Grids and more grids because I make a lot of grids. This one was a lot of fun too. Making this is just black cardstock. Then I did the letters. This is from the Allie Edwards kit. A felt, let me bring it up so you can see a little bit more. A felt that with the gold 31. And then these stickers were pip sticks. And then I just layered them with different things that I had hanging out on my desk. Ghosts from Heidi Swap, bats from I don't know who. Um, but I just love little detailed things like that. This was probably Paper Person Shop. I'm thinking this October. I made this tab, and here's Nico. Nico worked as a ghoul in Fright Fest at Six Flags in 2023. I guess that was. Yeah, that was 2023. Wow. No, 2022. These are from 2022. I know what difference did it make, right? But he did it for one season. He loved this job. He loved scaring people. He had different makeup looks every single day. So he sent me different photos of himself. And these just happen to be two of my favorites. I definitely wanted to document that. I'm probably going to tell more stories about that because I have a ton of pictures of him, even that was one of his friends at work, still a friend. Oh yeah, I did include this is the whole story of how he got the job and how he had audition, and it was a lot of fun. And here we are visiting him at work. He used to work inside this little um, shack and would like jump out and scare people. And that is so Nico. That is so him. And the two kids and my husband and I went to visit him at work one day, and I got that great picture. I'm so grateful for these memories. And that right there is what this project really is about. It's not about the stuff. It's not about who out designed who. It's not about who copied who. It's about memories like this. This is where I focus on. This is where I like to stay. Yeah, and that's our house. And that was the end of that year. So this year, I think I'm gonna do two projects. I know I'm getting a little ambitious, but this looks a little familiar, right? So what I designed back then, I made into a Dash notebook. So Dash notebook, I know I've had it a lot on my channel, so you might be familiar with it, but it's just basically a pre-designed notebook that helps you get your stories down. It's really easy scrapbooking. It's 1, 2, 3. It's not figuring out designs that are super complicated or anything like that. It's just boom and go. So, okay, now that I said boom and go, I know this doesn't look too boom and go, but it kind of was. So the first page of the Dash, uh, all of the Halloween editions come with this October grid here. So it's a calendar. It can be used as a calendar. I knew I wasn't going to use it as a calendar. I wanted to use it as a little place for little stories. So it's almost like bingo now that I look at it. And that's where I started. So I'm like, okay, let me do about 12 little things of things that I loved about Halloween over all the past 19 years since my son has been alive. Or actually 20 years since Mario has been alive, my nephew. So you'll see different things. The Wizard House on Main Street that first year. The Dalmatian costume was Mama's favorite. The night costume was Nico's favorite. Lelo's birthday, which is Abuelo, my dad. That's what they call him, Lelo. Birthday cakes at our house after trick or treat every year. The neighborhood parade on Quarry Court, which was our old home. The astronaut costume was Papa's favorite. Family gathering at our house for pizza after trick or treat. So just tiny little memories, tiny little memories. And then once I sort of spaced these out, then I filled it in with the stuff that I had. And this is a mix of everything. So there's Pip Sticks on here. There is Jolie's Boutique from who knows. This was something I bought on Etsy. I love these. I had to cut these out because this was a big, huge sticker. Not big, huge sticker, maybe something like this size. And then I just cut out the owls from there too. Old washi tape that I've had forever. The stamp is Kerri Bradford. And that's it. Lots of layers. Let me see. Should I bring it up so you can see it a little bit better? I love the way this turned out. This was so much fun. I was watching Netflix and making this. I was so happy. All right, and then the first page It's just kind of an introduction. I don't even have any words on it. This was last year. I knew this was going to be the last year, because I knew Nico was going to go away to college and he's not here this year. And I got them to take a handful of pictures before running off to their parties and their gatherings and their friends and all their stuff. And that's all I get. And I'll take what I can get. And then different shots of around our town. And then I just made this left side to match because I don't remember why I didn't dress up this page. I think I just wanted to use some of my stuff up and then I just made it to match. I made this one first and then I added this. This is from Paper Person Shop. I love this. I love this cauldron. A little more of the acetate that you saw, some ghosts. And then I jumped over, I got the Ali Edwards, let me go like this, Halloween kit this year as well because I loved it. Love the clean linear look of what she did this year. It's beautiful. And I got the die cut pack. So I just stuck that October down in the middle and I started plugging in pictures and then just dressed up 2 spots and this was done really quickly. I have, you see the stamping down here right under the photos? So I cut the photos and then realized that they were short because that was my error when I cut. So sometimes you just go with the mistake and you fill in the spots. That's what's beautiful about the notebook scrapbooking. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not designing this whole page from, from the ground up. Their squares are there for you. I have no idea why I skipped this page. I don't know. I guess I wasn't thinking when I was making and I just went on to the next page. But this is the last one that I made and I do have a YouTube video on it. And again, back to the old stories from 2017. And it was just plug and play. And again, I think this one's going to be more recent from last year. And then next week when October 1st comes, I'll start doing some about things that are going on this month, which is probably the least amount of any year because again, it's just my husband and I now. But yeah, but it's still fun. Love it. Love going back and forth between the old and the new. Love doing like stuff like this. This was so much fun. And that's it. That is my years and years and years. Well, not years and years, right? I'm in my 5th year now of October Daily. I love all these stories. If you love this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me comments. Let me know, what are you doing for your October stories this year? All right, thanks always for watching. Take care.